Hey there everybody. So as you can see, I am no longer in the Southwest. I'm home and I've got Ruby with me and I'm out camping with my wife. Boomer's here too. He's in the camper right now with my wife, and anyway, I figured I'd wrap up this three-part series of us camping through what was it, 9 states and a bunch of dirt roads. Obviously I'm in my camper, and so I made it home, and trip didn't end quite the way I was hoping, so figured I'd go through it and just kind of explain what happened. So after we left Phoenix, we went to we camped just south of Winslow, Arizona, and from there went on up to Hurricane, Utah, and Lyle camped, or we camped in a KOA in Hurricane, and Lyle went for a hike in Zion. I wasn't able to make it to Zion. I had Boomer with me for one, and the doggy daycares didn't open up until 8, and he wanted to get an early start, which was fine with me. I've been up there before, so that wasn't a big deal. I worked on my Bronco a little bit. I had a pinion seal that let loose, so I was leaking a bunch of gear oil out of my rear differential. Before I left, I put in 410 gears and Detroit 2-tracks front and rear, limited slips front and rear. So it was a new pinion seal, and for whatever reason it was probably a cheap seal, I guess, and just let loose. So I swapped that out while we were in Hurricane, and so I didn't get really any pictures or video there because it was simply a KOA, nothing really cool to see. And after that we drove down to Overland Expo, which was in Flagstaff. We camped at Overland Expo for 2 nights, and that was an interesting experience. I'll put up some pictures of that, but Overland Expo was really cool, and it was just cool seeing all the different vehicles that were camped there. But it's a bunch of overland people that like to be out like this on your own, out in the middle of nowhere, and basically creating a big homeless camp is what it looks like right there in Flagstaff. It was cool though, seeing all the different rigs and all the different setups, and then the vendor show was just amazing. There were so many cool things to see, and all the different vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool. I'm glad I went, but Boomer ended up getting sick, and I'm still not sure what exactly happened, but he got pretty sick, started getting diarrhea, and so we're tired of the Southwest. We're going to camp our way home. Well, on our way north, he started getting really sick. He was a lot of diarrhea, not eating or drinking, and then he started throwing up. And so I made the decision just to head home as fast as I could. So basically we drove from Flagstaff and stopped in Reno for the night, and then drove on home the next day. Luckily, by the next day after we got home, I was getting ready to take him to the vet and get him checked out. He started getting better, and a few days later he was fine. So not 100% sure what he got into. Who knows? But he's better now. So I got home. The trip home was, other than Boomer being sick, uneventful. It was just a couple of long days of driving. And so yeah, we made it home though, and unfortunately, just no video and not really any pictures once we left Phoenix, because we only have one night. And that, like I said, I either already have or I will throw the picture of our campground in Winslow, or south of Winslow. That's a beautiful area too. Northern Arizona is pretty cool. Their forests are like parks. It's, you look behind me here, it's a very dense forest. There, it's the forest a lot more sparse, and grass, and it's a very pretty area. So with that, that's the story of how we got home. And so now I'm just out here with my wife. She wanted to go camping, and I'll get some pictures of this and some video. There's some really beautiful color out here right now. I mean, you can't see it behind me because it's all evergreen trees, but all the maples and things like that are turning colors. And our drive up here, we drove up last night, and It was getting dark by the time we got here, so I didn't take any video, but I will today. We're going to go for a hike here in a little bit and get some video. The colors are amazing, so stick around and I'll throw that on after this. Meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy the fire. It's definitely not the Southwest. The temperature may be 40 degrees out here. It's about noon, I think, and it's maybe 40 degrees, and the fire feels nice, especially after being in 80, 90 degree weather in the Southwest for a couple weeks. So anyway, coming up next, pictures of the fall foliage here in the Pacific Northwest.